One thing I believe Western Intelligentsia has done very successfully, that on the name of new learning, they have introduced their new thinkers, the postmodernists, uh, the the post-structuralists, the people who actually have created a lot of doubts in the minds of people regarding the origin of this universe, and they actually have done their best to provide um, logical, or I must say they have done their best to provide um, very um, very clever uh, foundations of atheism in the world. So that's what the Western intelligentsia has done. You see that on the name of doing MPhil or PhD, we have to study Derrida, and what Derrida is doing. Derrida is simply the idea that Derrida is 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 floundering is simply that there is nothing outside of the text, and even within the text the things are not logically connected, and it is merely by force, or it is merely by illogicality, or it is merely by some trick or sleight of the art that the connection between the things have been shown, the logical connection. But when we actually ponder deeply into the nature of things, we find that the connection is not there, the logic is not there. So the idea that there is nothing outside of the text is simply that it's another form of materialism, because the materialists also believe that there is no spiritual aspect of this universe, or going to the transcendental signified, the one who actually is the cause of the origin of all these things. Going behind that cause is just the wastage of time. This is what is this? This is simply refusing or refuting the existence of God, and by forcing people to have the degree of PhD or MPhil, what the writers are doing, or what this intelligentsia is doing, that they are making them uh, making them appreciate, digest, assimilate, or chime into the philosophy of these writers, willingly or unwillingly, knowingly or unknowingly, consciously or unconsciously. This is what is happening, and it is playing its role very powerfully, as we have seen that as a result of this sort of learning, most of the in fact, a huge quantity of the people actually have gone away from the concept of religion, and that's what the thinkers like Derrida and Foucault had been trying to do. That they actually the concept of meta narratives, or the refusal of meta narratives, is also the same sort of thing, that though they also refuse the concept of science as a meta narrative as well, but the real attack is upon the narratives of this world, of this universe, of human existence in it, that are given by holy scriptures, and they actually are trying to collapse them. They actually are trying to erode them, and are trying to prove that the times of meta narratives have gone, because they have lost their importance in these modern times. And this is also a simple assertion, I believe, because if you look at the actual discussion, you find that whenever a philosophical, genuine or honest discussion is made upon these meta narratives, human beings do find that these meta narratives have their significance. They have truth in them, and their significance cannot be refuted outrightly. But by coming up with the concept of mini narratives, um, what these writers are doing, that they are simply axing at the very foundation of religiosity in the world.